podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. Today I got two special guests. Y'all two can introduce yourself. Say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Steve. Steve the Silverback Silverback D Steve from the Anime Headlinerz podcast. And yeah, I also got today my good friend. He's called himself Ace, but yeah. My good friend Aaron too. Bruv, of course. Yeah, I hear that.
Tell both of y'all, thank y'all for coming on. You know, I know you guys are y'all live in England, right? England?
Yeah.
I'm different, crazy. So, thank both of y'all for coming. Thank you. Me and she really appreciate it.
No problem.
But no problem.
You guys got anything to say about you guys' podcast before I get to just interviewing y'all, chopping it up?
Yeah. You guys should check us out. Anime Headlinerz. You know, we like I say on almost every episode, like we just go through. We dedicate episodes to like characters from various shows. Ranging from the ones we've ranged and brought out so far include like Whitebeard, big shonen anime characters such as Whitebeard. We've talked about Azula. So yeah, in each episode we just go through like their abilities and stuff, their relationships, and like it's like I really thought it's a good idea. Just go have fun with my friends and just chat about each character. So yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right. Ace, you got anything to say about your podcast or in general before I start interviewing y'all too?
No, we just started out. Still trying to figure out the format, how we're gonna go about, a lot of the stuff because we don't YouTube. This is new to all of us, right? So we're still trying to figure it out, but we got a lot of dope discussions coming forward. So check it out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna have about 10 to 15 questions for y'all. Then I might ask y'all a little more stuff, chop up a little bit, and call it a day. That sound cool? All right. So my first question for y'all: what inspired you guys to start a podcast? Like, what made you be like, okay, this is what I want to do?
Stevie, you wanna go?
Is he frozen?
Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah.
Oh wait, he's back.
Okay. You just froze for like a cool 5 minutes, so it was just like we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it's frozen a bit from my end, but I heard the question. Though. Yeah, one sec.
Fix your Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, Chris. Can you repeat the question? Yeah.
What inspired you guys to start a podcast? Like did you see somebody else's podcast? Did you always want to do this since maybe you were in high school or something? So, like, what made you be like, this is something we should do?
Yeah. So what inspired us was pretty much like growing up. We have always been big anime fans. Me and my friends. What inspired us was just basically general conversations we have between ourselves, really. Like I'd usually call my friends almost every other day. Like we'd go ranging from chatting about life and stuff, and anime is a big part of that, fortunately. And growing up, you've watched so many series, read so many manga, and what inspired me is that there was one show that I saw before that I can't remember the podcast name, but I think they were called Animates, and basically they are UK-based podcast format as well, and they basically just had cool conversations ranging from different things as well with anime. And I just thought, like, with the conversations that I usually have with my friends, they're usually more granular, like they're more tailored towards talking about a character specifically. And like I thought, it would be interesting for people to hear this, and here we are. So yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Ace, what about you?
I remember when because we all kind of helped Steve come up with it, but I remember when he came to the idea, he was like, oh yeah, he wants me to be one of the people on there, because he's like, oh, I know you know a lot about anime, and we've grown up together and all that other stuff. I'm just opinionated. So like if you put me in front of a camera on a microphone, I'm gonna say some stuff that's probably gonna stir up some fan bases. I'm gonna pick some favorite characters that's probably gonna turn some heads. But I it got to a point, like Steve said, it got to a point where when you watch other people's videos and they're saying some stuff that makes sense, but you're like, I kind of wish I could add on to that. Yeah. I kind of wish I could like highlight this part of this character or this story. And that's kind of where it got to, where I was just like, I listened to a lot of people speak about anime, and there's a lot of people doing great stuff, but I was like, yo, let me just add my 2 cents to it. So that was it, really.
Okay, nice. All right, good answers. For my second question, both of y'all, Ace, you can go first. What got you into anime? Like,
What was the first anime I saw? I mean, if we're excluding like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I think the first anime I saw was Rave Master. If that's an anime, is that an anime?
That was a cartoon.
Steve, you have to help me out.
I thought it was a cartoon.
Is it a cartoon? Okay.
Rave Master.
I don't remember. I've seen it, but like it's been a minute. All
right, so if it's not that one, then it probably would have been Naruto. Actually, why am I even DBZ? Obviously, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, obviously.
But Dragon Ball Z, GT was a disappointment, and then there was like that gap, right? So then GT didn't really watch that, and there's that gap. But then Naruto got me back into anime proper, and that's when I started to like read the manga, watch sub instead of dub, because everyone's watching the dub. When you're a real anime fan, you have to actually start watching the sub. So I think that was like when I was 12, actually. Yeah, 12.
That's nice. I didn't get into anime until I was 14, and I'm 17 now, but I was late on the party.
Yeah.
Steve, what about you? What got you in anime?
Well, like I was saying, if we're excluding stuff like Pokemon stuff, because that was technically
real anime, like real, and not like that Pokemon.
Yeah. Real anime. I mean, it's gotta be Dragon Ball Z. I remember seeing the first like advert for it on was it Toonami or Cartoon Network? One of them two. I remember seeing the first advert for it, and I was like, "Do you know those when you're in anime when your eyes just glisten?"
Yeah.
And because you saw the action part, like fighting and everything, and I just thought, "What is this show? What is this show?" And I thought I had to get into it, Dragon Ball Z was probably the main thing that got me into anime, and then the rest just followed through, really, because you saw other things that came to mainstream TV, like briefly, such as Aaron did mention Rave Master as well, but there was also can I put Digimon in there? Like the third generation
it's
Digimon.
Anime. I mean, yeah, it's an anime.
Digimon was a big one as well. I don't know if you guys know Card Captors. It's a weird one. I really like Card Captors, but it's like, how do I explain it? I mean, I don't know. I think it was similar to Yu-Gi-Oh in some ways, but it's one of those ones that got me into anime. I would say also Beyblade was a big one. I mean, would you? I mean, these are the things. Like, would you include these in anime?
I mean, those are shows I put on the fence. Like, you know, like I never really like loved Beyblade, but like, you know, it was okay.
I love Beyblade, man, especially with the toys that came out with it alongside it. You know, it was a good times back in the day. But also like stuff that followed through in terms of the Narutos, the One Pieces, played a huge part into, you know, opening that gateway into finding out about more stories such as, you know, those two. Because like, you know, I've ever since I've read Naruto and like you reach the point where you've caught up in anime, that's when I got into reading manga. Because I think when I caught up in anime, it was around the times when what part of the story was it? It was when Asuma, just after Asuma's passing in the story. Sorry to spoil it. But yeah, after that, I was just reading. I read the manga there, like, and
wasn't that like when you were like 15?
Yeah.
That was dang. That's amazing.
Yeah. So like, yeah, Naruto, One Piece really got me into reading as well as along as watching anime too.
This is a little brief intermittent question. So y'all two caught One Piece? No, this isn't.
I have. I don't know about Ace, but I definitely have. I definitely have. I've caught up with One Piece in the episodes and the manga as well. So yeah, I can't wait till Wano finishes, because I need to know, like, I mean, he's up against who, because right now in the manga it's still like up in the air in terms of matchups and everything. I mean, you see like you know who's fighting Kaido right now. So I want to know if he has like a real solid opponent, you know, in the next couple of chapters. But yeah,
I'm in Thriller Bark, so I'm about to drop. I'm lucky, like getting so close to dropping it, just to how long it is. But you know, I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing.
Did you say you at Thriller Bark?
Yeah, but it's like this arc is so long for no reason.
Oh my gosh, you gotta tell me, man. I don't want to spoil it for you.
It's just we're talking about Brooke and his. It's kind of boring, but I'm gonna keep pushing because I'm right by Summit War, so I'm gonna keep pushing.
Bark, you know, if you get past that arc, that's when One Piece starts to open up for a lot of people. Like I found, like once they get past that arc, not to say One Piece gets good, because One Piece, you know, it's a good story all around. But like once you get past that, it really does, like the world really does start to like open up. So
yeah, that's why I'm trying to keep pushing. But man, oh man, they have a great way of stretching it.
Push, man, push, because like Thriller Bark can be difficult, because after like the arc before with was it Water 7 and Ennie's lobby, like that was such an emotional kind of arc. And Thriller Bark was a bit of a downer, but I think still is really up there in terms of like comical relief, really. But yeah, push on, man. You're gonna enjoy the next couple of arcs after that.
And Sheed, you're at what? Deza, what is it called?
I'm like at the start of Desert
Nice. So he by my favorite villain is actually Doflamingo. So I know nothing about him, but he's just trippy, man.
I'm not even gonna lie. Everyone says that.
Like, yeah,
everyone says that. No one picks Crocodile. No one picks what's my dude's name? Rob Lucci. Everyone's like, nah, Doflamingo. Like,
it's probably because Rob Lucci like kind of like is only in for like one arc, and Dove is like stretched out to maybe like I think like 3 or 4, maybe even.
True.
So that's probably why.
Yeah.
But back to my question, my next one. If y'all could go back and watch an anime for the first time, what would it be?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm having y'all thinking this part.
Yeah. Okay. This is really interesting. Okay. Okay. So I have three. I have three. I
What
have
do you mean you
four,
have
three.
three? He said one.
Three's allowed. Three's allowed.
No, I have three strong ones in my mind, but if I have one that I can pick one. But yeah, for me, I think it would have to be Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, I like that.
Hunter x Hunter was such a, it was like Hunter x Hunter, like the 2011 version, was such a like slow burner in the beginning in terms of like trying drawing me in terms of the story and everything. But in terms of like how the story was in the whole, all the episodes and everything, I felt it was magnificently delivered in terms of like character development, how the Nen abilities were explained. I thought Hunter x Hunter is one of the best written stories in anime ever. Like in terms of the whole, it's an unforgettable anime for me in terms of like, you know, how the characters are portrayed and everything. I really appreciate the development of Strength through Gon and Killua. I really appreciate the relationship, and I thought the Phantom Troops were sick characters as well. They were so cool in terms of like um, how they were portrayed as well in the show, and like in terms of. But for me, the standout of it all was just rewatching. Rewatching the Chimera Ant arc, because that was such an emotionally driven arc in terms of what people who died, how it looked like a epidemic. I mean, it was just an epidemic in terms of like ants potentially taking over the world, and you don't know where the danger is gonna come from next in terms of like who's gonna get chopped up next, who's gonna get eaten next. Like Chimera Ant arc is something I will never forget, and like for someone to even fight against King Meruem, you know, you always play things in your mind as to how he was going to be defeated, and the terror to sacrifice himself as like that was just epic, too epic, man. Like honestly, I can never forget that. And I recently rewatched it actually, and mate, it was just it was so emotional, man. Like Gon's fight with Pitu as well. Everything, man, was just emotional.
Nice. I like it. I ain't gonna lie. I think I dropped Hunter like the first three times. But like, I think Hunter's at his peak. Like, for me, which is Yorkman. Like, I think Hunter
Yeah.
peak like is one like maybe like it has arguably like best anime, like best show it's shown in all time. I think you could make that case like for peak. That's what I think. But
Yeah, Yokinu was good as well. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I agree, man. But Chimera and Arc for me, mate. Once they hit that Republic East Gotao City, yeah, it was unforgettable for me.
nice. Ace, you got one anime you
That's
watching?
tough. Steve kind of took my one, but you know, one anime that I never finished, but like I was really, really, really into. I can't remember why I dropped it. I just think it was like commitments and other stuff. But it was Tokyo Ghoul. Uh, I
Yeah.
was really into that show. Loved the vibe, the world, the characters, all of that. I even skipped past the anime and started to read the manga just to like
So how do you feel about Tokyo Ghoul Re? Like, how do you feel about that?
to be honest with you, I know some of it, but I don't know too much because like obviously I did like stop with all of that. But I know it has its problems. But to be fair, I just feel like I'm one of those people. I gravitate towards those darker, grittier types of anime. Like if you throw that in my face, I'm just gonna take that all the time. Um, it's like Attack on Titan's another one, right? Stuff like that. And and that's also one that I didn't finish, right? So if I could go back, I'll probably rewatch those, watch them to completion and stuff like that. But yeah, those types of shows.
I like those. I like that. For my next question, I got. You can give me 2 underrated animes. Both of them underrated.
Go on, this.
Does this include manga?
Sure, because why not?
The one I told Steve to catch up on. So Kingdom.
We were just talking about that last episode, shoot.
Yeah,
Good show.
Kingdom was really good.
I find that so underrated, but like, it's one
You've
of my
been telling me for ages to watch,
Yeah,
and I recently started reading it, and I gotta say I'm getting hooked already. It's looking sick right now.
Is one that I would suggest to a lot of people. Another one, I would say, because next year, I think, next year they're doing a remake. Shaman King is one that I would say a lot of people should probably. Actually, you don't have to, because obviously the remake's coming out. But I think Shaman King's one of those ones that slipped under the radar for a lot of people. It's a pretty decent show.
What is Shaman King? This is my first time ever hearing that.
It's basically, same thing, like teenage boy. He finds out that there's something that makes him special. He can like see ghosts, see like the undead, and he has the ability to kind of like fight, kind of like stands, kind of like stands in JoJo's.
Sounds
Not
like
exactly, but
sounds
how,
like anime Danny Phantom.
Say that again.
Sounds like an anime Danny Phantom.
Basically he's thrown into this tournament and he has to kind of like win it. He's not familiar with the rules, any of that stuff. He's just kind of like picking it up as he goes along, but it's got a lot of charm to it. I can't remember when it came out. It came out a while back, but when I heard they were doing a remake, I was like, yeah, I have to, because like the animation up to date, if you make that up to date, it's gonna look real good. And I guess maybe also Vinland Saga is another one. I know the anime came out, but the anime is kind of like stops.
Yeah.
Manga's a bit further ahead, I would say. Vinland Saga is one that's been out for a while. Before the anime came out, I didn't see many people mention it.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think after it was like release, after the anime finished, and Vinland Saga slowly started not to be talked about anymore, which was kind of weird. But yeah.
What about you, Steve?
For me, underrated one will probably go to I would say Mob Psycho 100. That's I feel like it's not one that's talked about that much in the community, really. However, like in terms of the whole production of it all and everything, the fights, the characters there, I think it's really underrated in terms of like, not I mean, it's not getting that much attention. I think if people do watch it, like, they'll appreciate it as much as the big names. But Mob Psycho is up there in terms of it being underrated, really. One of my top 5 animes.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, wait, of all time?
Top 5 all time?
I'd say it's, I think it's top 5. I'll say it's top 5 because after I watched it, it was like, I felt like it was rewatchable for me. I wanted to watch it again,
Yeah.
And I can't say that for many animes, not just because of how long running they are, but, in terms of like scenes I would like to go and watch again in the series. I think Mob Psycho is there.
Pick one of those characters then for one of our episodes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Nice. Okay. Now we're gonna get a little wild with this one. Overrated animes. Give me 2.
You know what? I'll go first.
Yeah, go on.
Overrated as like, okay, it might be good. Okay, I can give you 2. Overrated as in it might be good, but it's just getting too much hype, or it's just like straight trash, and you don't see why it's like it's even out.
All right, I'll go.
I already know what Ace is gonna say. Go on there.
What do you mean? What am I gonna say? What was I saying?
Okay. Maybe it's just an assumption, but one of them includes certain Soul Reapers, isn't it?
No. That's not
Okay,
overrated.
okay.
What that is, that's a cult fan base that are just like so loud, even though like it's not like, look, Bleach, great. Okay. Bleach, I have a lot of nostalgia for, right? I have nothing against Bleach. I don't think Bleach is overrated. I think they have like a very like just crazy fan base that want to prop it up to, you know, the heights of Naruto or One Piece or Dragon Ball Z. You know, when people say the big three.
But it is.
Yeah.
I always say when I grew up, Bleach was not a big three. There was no big three when I grew up with Bleach. Okay, it wasn't on that level. It was just below that level, I would say.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, Steve, before you go, this is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like, okay, when people be like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, you can't say Dragon Ball Z isn't the big three because Dragon Ball Z is their father. And I don't think big three.
I agree.
Big three
I
doesn't
agree 100%.
it was the best. Those doesn't mean those three are the best. It means for early 2000s, what was selling the most, what was popular, and that was the term it was given. So I think that's maybe like why it gets you. Maybe like this how like you look at it, like people are saying the big three as in like these are the best three of the early 2000s, which I don't agree with. Like at least with Bleach, I don't agree with it. But like it's in the big three because it was selling the most popular, most different, most influential of the early 2000s. I'm not saying it's the best though. That's all I'm saying for it.
No, I hear you, but Bleach was dropping in sales year after year.
No. Toward the end it was, but the first like their first few like
I would say
years.
What was that arc called, Steve? The arc you're on, like right now, I think it is.
Oh, the fake Kurakura town one.
Okay,
is that
slightly
the one?
before that. So like you know when they went to like
Hurkamindo.
Okay.
It was like around that arc, it was like peaked, and then after that it started to like dip, and then dip, and it wasn't huge dips, but it was like
no. But I'm saying like that's when the show had already been out for like 7 years though. Or
no, like I give it credit, but like if you look at like Naruto and One Piece at that time, they were still going up. So for me, again, Bleach wasn't a bad show, but when you compare it to the other two, it's kind of misleading in my opinion. But
what would you rate out of 10? What would you rate out of 10?
The end sucked. Like if I'm just
okay, yeah, the end sucks. The end sucks like crap. After whatever happens with Aizen, because I don't want to spoil it for nobody who's watching it. Whatever happens from after Aizen fight to the end sucked. Like I'm not even gonna like defend that. Like booty cheeks.
I would say if we just leave the end, because apparently they're gonna like come up with a different ending when they bring the anime back. So if we just leave that to the side, I would say it's like a 7. It's like a 7.
Okay, well, that's not a 7. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Bleach ain't bad. It's just I wouldn't say Bleach is like great, right?
All right.
Yeah.
What
but
was
I would
your?
say I would
go
say
on.
one of my, okay. So my overrated is actually Tower of God. Yeah, Tower of God. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like
it sucks. It sucks. Don't make that face. Like, it sucks.
I tried to give it like a fair shot. I was hearing a lot of noise about it. I tried to give it a fair shot, and it just didn't click with me. Like I don't understand the praise that it gets. It's a decent story, but like some people are saying like, oh, it's like the Game of Thrones
2020 something like that.
I personally I can't ride with it. You know, I know if they make another season, I'm not interested, to be honest.
No, it's already season 2. They're already in season 2.
They're on season 2 already.
Yeah, they're already on season 2. Like they're like 6 episodes in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're already in season 2.
Season 2. Oh, okay.
You like talking about it?
I haven't started it yet, actually, to be honest. It's like one of the things on my list. But yeah, I mean, I've heard so much.
Read them all. Read the webtoon. Don't watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, the webtoon is much better. I'm caught up. Go ahead.
Damn, we're glitchy as a mother.
Oh wait, wow.
Oh, you can go ahead, Steve.
Sorry. Sorry. It kind of froze
okay.
my ear for some.
Yeah, my
for me,
bad.
overrated. It's a bit hard, you know. I'm not sure. If I had to pick something right now for what I've watched recently, this might be a bit controversial, but I would have to say maybe God of High School. Maybe God of High School.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Thank you.
Like it. I've tried.
I understand the hype around it in terms of like the action and everything. Amazing scenes, like fighting scenes and everything. But again, too much of anything isn't good, isn't it? Like,
and
I think that's
crazy. Like, I remember episode 1 it starts with them in a tournament, and then like episode 8 or 9 they're fighting like aliens or something like that. I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Like, I feel like I don't know the characters at all.
Wait, has anyone here read the webtoon?
I have.
I was about to talk about that actually. That's the thing because
it
it's
skips over a lot of
that's what I was gonna talk about because it's unfortunate because the anime is not translating the webtoon enough, and I think maybe if they were to do that, maybe I would be saying something else right now. But for me, how they are setting it up, how they set it up so far, I think it's overhyped, just solely because of like I mean, I just don't have any attachment to it at all. It's like I barely remember anything from it, really.
Yeah, but I can't remember like a few people's names. I just be like,
yeah,
this isn't for me, like at all. But shout, yeah, they're making like they got a big fan base off of action and stuff. So they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Maybe we'll see some new things in the next season. But yeah,
I know it gets crazy.
Yeah, one more, Steve.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, it does get crazy later on.
I can't wait to see them.
You got one more, Steve? Because you said
one more.
Attack on Titan.
No, not Attack on Titan. I like Attack on Titan. I really like Attack on Titan. I don't think.
No, I didn't. No, you can like it, but like, is it when? Okay, go back to like 2012, 13. Remember how people were speaking about that? Was it not overrated?
I don't want to call it overrated because Attack on Titan brought something completely new to the anime community, in my opinion, in terms of like that horror aspect of like you get that in the small fractions in other animes through like
no, but that's because you don't watch anything other than like shonen, right? So like
I mean that could be the case, but I mean I just feel, in my opinion, Attack on Titan isn't overrated for me. But yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming from, Aaron. It's hyped up to the point like, you know, fans go crazy about it, say anything bad on Twitter, like you're gonna get roasted, you're gonna get fried, like honestly. But me, I never really had the problem with the attention it gets, really.
No, not anymore. I feel like it's more calm now, but I feel like back 2013, 2014, whenever it was, that like you couldn't say anything about that show. Like people would literally hunt you down.
Oh wow.
Oh wait, guys, I've got another one in terms of overrated. Dr. Stone. I feel like it's an interesting concept in terms of how the show is set up and everything. However, the attention it got once it came out, I feel like really, like, you know, you got this smart guy who's like recreating the whole universe through like history from the beginning. It's cool, but I don't think it's in the long run. I don't think it carries that much weight, if that makes sense, in terms of like story and everything. Um, in my opinion, I think it's overrated in terms of like, you know, how it was brought, you know, to the community and everything, as a whole. And yeah, Dr. Stone is another one for me.
I didn't mind Dr. Stone. I think, you know, I feel like a lot of people were watching it probably acting like it took more intelligence to watch than it probably did.
Yeah.
But I don't think Dr. Stone was that bad.
Dr. Stone was really good because it was like, I know we have different isekais, but it was like, I think this one was different, at least to me, because it was like, okay, you don't have it where it's like we're setting the game, or he's trying to set like, or he's trying to dethrone like an evil emperor, ruler, king, or queen. It was like he was set back. Well, he was set in time, like I think like 5,000 years. He's trying to bring back humanity, and he's also having the morals battle with, I forgot the villain dude, but he's like saying, okay, look, adults are the reason why like we have problems in the world, so let's just kill all the adult stones. And he's like, no, you guys.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool, and the animation was nice. I was just like,
Yeah, animation is good. Yeah, I really like the animation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you though. The one thing I will say is that animation quality. Not that it was wasted on a show like that, but I would have preferred to have seen that animation quality on a show that would like really use that to its maximum quality, like one of
Like
those
Tower of God.
one of those
it would have
action.
been a trash show. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, some people who say they're so smart watching Dr. Stone are the same ones with like Death Note and like the Code Geass fans. Like they Code Geass fans tick me off too. So they do. They're so like smart, and I'm just like, okay, true.
Yeah.
But
I wanna guys, sorry to interject, but I just wanna throw a name out there, like so what's your thoughts on Demon Slayer? Because I haven't tried that yet, and I feel like that's had so much, so much.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's good.
8.5.
Yeah, it's hyped a lot, but the hype is deserved.
He's finished the manga too, so he can tell you the manga aspect too.
Yeah.
8.5 show. 8.5 show. I'll say
Yeah,
it.
it's really good. The storytelling's well. Animation wise, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I have to check that out as well.
I don't know
Because
how
I've
the
heard so
manga
much.
is. So
Yeah.
your guy.
All right. Cool. I have to check it out as well because yeah, I've heard so much good things about that Demon Slayer. I saw some clips on
How many
YouTube.
chapters has it got? Like roughly.
Chapters. I'm gonna check for you right now, real quick.
Okay.
The movie is supposed to be. The movie's already out in Japan. So.
Yeah. I heard it broke some records
It broke
in
like
Japan.
it's like 4 billion. 4 billion.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. People or box office.
Yeah.
It broke insane records.
Hold on, I swear I saw something somewhere where
It was on like the Crunchyroll thing. They said it broke like a box record.
I swear I saw
Okay.
something somewhere where it like sold more than One Piece. Like there was like
Yeah, it was like a week or I remember a week or two.
Yeah.
Sold more like a week or two.
Oh wow.
The number of chapters is 205.
all right, that's
Oh,
calm.
okay. That's calm, yeah. I definitely have to check that out then. Yeah.
All right. For my next question for y'all too.
Yeah.
What are 2 animes y'all watching right now? Like currently watching. Just watching.
Okay, so for me, because of the whole notion of the big three, I actually have never watched Bleach until now. So right now I'm watching Bleach. And yeah, I gotta say, it really got so good like during the Hueca Mundo arc, and like I gotta say, Bleach is really, in terms of the action, everything, character development, story abilities, frequency ability, it's really sick, man. I really liking Bleach right now, and I mean, you guys telling me about how the end is gonna be a bit abrupt, which is quite sad, but you know, I'm looking forward to see how it ends, and especially as they're bringing the anime back next year. It's, you know, that was heavily a reason as to why I wanted to get into it properly and finish it really. Another anime I'm watching right now is, I actually started one today. It's on Netflix. It's called Terror in Resonance.
You finally started it.
Yeah. And like, it's like, it has a bit of like cowboy bebop vibes, kind of. It's quite cool. Like I'm only like a few minutes in, and like, I'm quite enjoying it really.
It's nice. Ace, what are you watching? What are you watching?
Just finished My Hero. So like I've caught up with that. The manga as well. Now the 2 shows is between Mob Psycho, because I've never seen that. And one that I've tried, not been able to finish it or really get into it past the first season, is JoJo's. Everyone keeps telling me JoJo's is like a really good show, but like the first season is just difficult to like get through.
Yeah, it is. First season is kind of early.
I dropped after part 3 because they call them parts or whatever. So part 3, I stopped watching. So,
is it a good show though, or is it?
It's not for me, but I ain't gonna say it's like bad. It's just not.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I'm like part 6 manga and all that.
Yeah, it's not a bad. I don't think it's a bad show. It's just not something for me.
Yeah, I feel like it's for a select few, or just
okay, Mr. Elitist. My bad.
I feel like JoJo is so like, is up there in terms of highly regarded because it's one of those viral animes. You know how people use their how to be continued memes and like the whole you know, do you know how they do that? There's one fighting sequence that people dash out on Instagram and stuff or on TikTok. It's like when they just do the continuous punches and stuff like that, and I'm just like, it's one of them viral animes. Like in terms of the actual show itself, there may not be that much depth to it, but yeah, like it's one of just the viral anime, and I'm really want to get into it. To be fair,
TikTok has made player Attack on Titan and like JoJo's like a lot of money, like from the last like 7 months. Like like they've made them a lot of money. But this is a little. Would y'all ever cosplay? Go like when everything clears up eventually, and we got some events. Y'all cosplaying.
And who would you cosplay as?
Yeah.
I remember what's his name? Killer B was one of the people.
Oh yeah, Killer B he's black, I think.
Killer B was one of those people looking to cosplay, because I forgot when. I think it was a couple years back. We were actually looking to like go to like a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And I remember Killer B being one of those characters. What's that character in Bleach?
Which Rumjao?
No, the black guy.
Tosin, the captain.
Yeah, I was thinking he was a good guy to like cosplay, but then I saw his transformation. I was like, oh nah.
I know. I was like, Cause I was like, his base form is cool. Like, I got the little glasses, purple dreads.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Steve? Cosplaying? And if so,
You guys know Black Lagoon?
I've seen it. I haven't watched it though.
I haven't watched that. No, I need to.
I love Black Lagoon, man.
You know that he's like do you remember his name, Ace?
Oh, you're talking about the captain?
Yeah. Probably him, but he's bold though, isn't it? I'll probably have like some bold cap on or something.
Yeah,
like
it's fine. I'll just shave it.
Yeah. I mean, I think I reckon I can do him or maybe Afro Samurai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'll be easy one to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you guys? Have you ever cosplayed?
If Halloween sucks, and I've dressed up one time, but like,
Yeah.
I have a Koski outfit, and then I got a Luffy one. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna get my mom to order me a Doflamingo one for Halloween probably.
Oh, nice.
I ain't gonna go nowhere, but like just to have it.
Yeah.
Do whatever. I might go.
Right.
I might walk around, with my feathers.
I definitely would. Just
Anybody-
because it just seems fun. And
Anybody you got there?
I would probably go with.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, well, at this moment, I'd probably go with Donkey or.
Oh my gosh.
Someone with that. Oh, I forgot his name, but the main character. Have you guys ever watched Darker Than Black?
No, I don't think so. Nah.
No. It's one of those shows just like Tokyo Ghoul. It's more on the dark side. And the main character, I can't really remember his name right now, but he wears like a trench coat, a mask. It's like white, purple, and it's like a smiley face. Yeah, I'll probably cosplay as one of those two.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. So I got like 4 more, and we're done. So, what makes you guys podcast different than others? Like, what do you think y'all bring to the table? That's just like, if someone was to like describe y'all podcast and how's it different from whoever else's, what do you think y'all two bring?
I'll let you answer that, Steve.
All right. Well, what we bring to the table, I think I touched upon it like earlier when we came on, but pretty much what we bring to the table is like an in-depth conversation or analysis on like different characters within the anime community. Like, we dedicate the whole conversation to a character, talk about their abilities, their relationships, their development within the story, and everything to do with that character, and what we could, just what we could do with their abilities, and if we had the chance to have them. Like, what we do is, I think that's what makes us different. It's just how we dedicate each show to one character. Like, talk about people who cosplay in that character, talk about people who talk about how they use their abilities, and just what they could potentially do if the show is ongoing as well. So yeah, I mean, what if you really want to have if you're really like a big fan of one character specifically, which I feel a lot of people are, I think our show is the place to go. Like, we've talked about many big characters so far already. Like I said before, that we have talked about Trunks from Dragon Ball Z, Whitebeard from One Piece. We talked about Gon from Hunter x Hunter. And like if you want to come to our show to just know more about those characters, come to the show, man. And yeah, you'll enjoy yourself.
All right. Nice. Ace, what about you? It's kind of the same thing.
I feel like what makes us different than most, not all, but most, is we don't delve into like the whole power scaling topic too much. Like we kind of just take little
Let the show
jabs
for what it
at the
is.
characters, right? So like we kind of just have fun with it. We're like, all right, let's talk about something that many people aren't going to talk about, because they're going to talk about the big moments, right? They're going to talk about the hype power ups or the big battles and whatnot. And then we kind of just take a step back and we just like ask the question. We look at the whole character's arc from the day they're introduced to the end of the show, and we're like, was it good, or was it not? Who was What was our most recent episode right now? I think
Uh,
it's Zula, right?
yeah, Zula. Yeah, yeah.
I would love.
And in that episode, without getting too much into it, we kind of just asked the question, like, was she really as crazy as the show made it out to be?
Mm.
Some people said yes, some people said no, but we kind of just dissected that. We didn't really get too much into like the battles and how strong she was and yada yada yada. It was more like, yo, let's just dissect this character, and let's just like have a real conversation.
Okay, okay, nice, nice. I think that's really like something that should more people should like focus on more, like getting into like just actually sitting back and enjoying the show, not worrying about who would be who and this. And like I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like making scenarios where like this like alternate universes inside the show is cool, but like when it's like power scaling like on this, like this dude's this level, like you're just taking the fun out of the show. For
Yeah.
me personally.
Ex- yeah.
Plus, like, we can all come up with our theories, but like all the writer has to do is just write a chapter, or like make an episode where it just disproves everything we came up with. And we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not as smart as we think.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, what is the GOAT anime like? Greatest of all time, what is y'all number one? Uno, like no debate, one. Like you go in the barbershop, y'all talking about anime. This is a GOAT. Nobody's proving you wrong. Nobody's telling you different.
Uh, hey, so you want to answer this one first?
I don't know, because we were just talking about like how we don't do like rankings and stuff like that. And I'm kind of similar when it comes to anime. I've never really had that conversation where I put my anime in like order like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of need to think about that one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's kind of the same for me. I mean, I say I have a top five, but there might be like a couple of episodes from another anime that I really like, then it will just jump into that top five as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, if I had to pick one, I mean, it's a simple one, really. It's like I would have to say it's greatest of all time. Greatest of all time has to be One Punch Man. No, I'm joking. It's One Piece, man. It's One Piece. One
I
Piece.
mean, you're not wrong going into that.
One Punch Man is amazing as well, but it has to be One Piece, man. I have to choose One Piece. Like, there's too many memorable scenes in that anime. Like, it can really, in terms of like the consistency of the story, yeah, it can fluctuate. It can really be down, or it can be boring at times. But when it's at its best, it's like it's it's just the greatest, man. And you just the characters. I love the characters, man. So all the crew and the straw hats. They're the goats, man, and all the how the stories are, how the abilities are set up, and the devil fruits, and the hacky ability as well. In a way, it can be broken, the hacky writing and everything, but it's the greatest, man. It's the goat.
If we're just talking, I'll probably if like, because there's such a huge gap from the anime we watched when we were teenagers to the anime we watch now. So it's like,
Yeah.
if I'm just taking nostalgia, I haven't watched it in a while, but I would say Full Metal Alchemist
Ooh.
is up there.
See, with Full Metal, I was debating within myself, like because remember that question you asked about what you would watch again? It was between Hunter x Hunter and Full Metal, and like it was so close. But yeah, Full Metal was a great one. It's a great pick. Go on, Aaron.
All right, I got two more. Then we're gonna call it rapid, y'all. So for my second to last, I got all right. Would you tell somebody who wants to start anime, but they feel like they can't find things that they'll enjoy? Like they're getting like all the mainstream push into their face, and they're trying to find like maybe like a underrated type of thing. Like, just would you tell them to keep pushing, or like would you tell them?
I would say if you're getting into anime, you know, you probably have 100 different suggestions about what you should watch. What's, you know, people probably already told you what's the best, you know, all of that stuff. I would throw all of that out the window and kind of just do what I did, right? Get lost looking for anime. So you'll stumble on some weird shows. Like there's a lot of weird anime out there. But like I remember when I was younger, there was one summer where I didn't watch any mainstream big, you know, big anime. I kind of just watched a lot of niche, under the radar stuff. And actually, one of the shows one of the anime that I actually came across that was pretty decent. What was it called? Welcome to the NHK. I think it was. I think it was called that. Not talked about a lot. It's not like the greatest, but like it's a really cool story, right? And it's not a shonen. It's not got like power systems and all this other stuff. It's just a story. And I feel like that's where a lot of people need to start off if they get into anime. They kind of just need the story. They don't need the whole, you know, flashing lights and, you know, huge beams and all of that other stuff, because it's not going to translate to a lot of people, right? I would say just get lost. You're going to see a lot of weird stuff, but just stick with it.
Yeah. What about you, Steve? Anything you gotta tell anybody looking for that starter off show?
You know what? Because you don't wanna bring anyone in and just tell them, oh, you got 300 and something or 600 episodes to watch or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, if you want to ease them into it a bit, I would probably go with like something simple like One Punch Man. Like I mean that's big and flashy. I mean it's quite it's quite stupid as to how the whole story is set up, like in terms of the character being way OP. But I think it's a good segue into watching starting anime. And other one I'd recommend is probably, it's a bit of an old one, but Hajime no Ippo. So like one of the classic boxing anime.
It's not small at all. That's like
no. I know it's not small, but like I feel like it's a easy story. I mean, if you really want to start, you know, start committing to something, I say Hajime Ippo is a good one, or even Cowboy Bebop as well.
I like these. And for my last final question, did you guys enjoy yourselves on the
podcast? yeah, man. This has been great, man. Honestly, it's been a pleasure coming on to the show today, guys. I had one question actually. What does the Gensho mean?
Phenomenon in Japanese.
Phenomenon. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I learned that in my Japanese class. I was like, this is cool. Little origin of my name. But yeah, that's it, folks. I mean, I got nothing else to say. Y'all can talk about, y'all can plug y'all YouTube and Instagram, whatever.
Yeah. You can follow us, guys. You can go check us out on YouTube, Anime Headlinerz Podcast. Got 6 episodes out right now. So like we release episodes every 2 weeks, just because of other things we got at right now. We're planning to release stuff more frequently soon, but yeah, we've got a lot of things in the pipeline for you guys. So yeah, follow us in Anime Headliners podcast. Subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter as well. Anime Headliners with a Z. You can also follow me particularly at Steve D Silverback _ on Instagram. And yeah, that's it for me. Ace, you have any plug?
No, like I said on our podcast, when we get 50 subscribers, I'll put my social on there.
All right, we got one
More
of them
comments,
conditions.
more likes, more subscriptions.
Bet. All right, folks, that's it for today. Like I always will say, y'all go like, comment, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you get notified for all the podcasts. Go follow our Instagram at anime_Genshow. Follow my personal at Chris _23. Go follow Sheeta Eyes of the Lens. And we are out, folks. Peace.